swinging fresh tomatoes for the salad. It'll compliment the burger street.
It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
Ready to go?
Well, it was the Chicago Bulls in their last game, a loss to the Indiana Pacers. And it's the Suns to start out. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. And it's Chandler in the center position. Bledsoe dishes to Knight. Morris outside. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Knight. Stolen by Rose. Here's Butler. Finished off the break. Butler's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Bulls.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here's Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. Knight kicks to Chandler. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
And it's Rose penetrating. Shot from 16.
All over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Now here's Bledsoe. Dishes it to Knight. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. That's on Joakim Noah. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Now here's Rose. Tries to save it. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Here's Tucker. And the layup's good off the glass. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Bulls still looking like they're getting going. Trailing by 4. Mirotic the screen. Mirotic sets the screen for Rose. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul.
Nikola Mirotic drafted as a late first rounder, Clark. Back in 2011, the Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Bledsoe kicks it to Tucker. And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist from Tucker. Bledsoe's got his first basket.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. Six on the shot clock. Stolen by Tucker. Bledsoe outside. He feeds it to Morris. Tucker drills the three-pointer. Tucker's got 5 points so far.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
To the middle. Here's Bledsoe. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And here's Tucker. He's got 5. To the inside. Here's Knight. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early. Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
And guys, teams with the #1 overall pick tend to go very deep in the playoffs. Just the nature of how the NBA lottery and rebuilding structure works.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last season, every team in the conference semis but one had a #1 overall pick on their roster. So that one team was the Grizzlies.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Bulls trail by 8. Outside Butler. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Ouch. 3 fouls for him already. And now if you're the coach, you got to think about sitting him down.
Here's Mirotic. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, take it himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
5 on the clock. And Butler gets it to go on the assist from Mirotic. Butler's got his 2nd basket.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Down low. Here's Knight. His 2nd shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Bledsoe with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
And the Suns making a change here. Alex Len's checked in for Chandler. John Lure comes in for Markieff Morris. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Booker in for Knight.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed a big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
Now here's Bledsoe, following the miss by Nikola Mirotic. Bledsoe passes to Len. Lure dishes to Bledsoe. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Monty Price is checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Bulls trail by 4. Outside Rose. Noah the screen. Left side Butler. Mirotic has a wide-open look. Bangs home the trifecta. Mirotic has got 10 points. Rose against Price. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And Chicago has possession. The Suns getting the bucket. And he recovers it. Suns leading by 3. And stolen by Butler. Poked loose. And stolen by Price.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
And he gets it to go.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
A nice shot by Booker.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Rose kicks to Mirotic. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Mirotic has got 12.
Effective screen. Set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
To the paint. And Warren with the basket on the assist by Price. Warren's got his first 2 points of the night.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Price against Rose. And Lure gets it to go. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Phoenix.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Suns leading by 5. They set the pick. Price kicks to Booker. To the inside. Over in the corner, Warren. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Rose attacking. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
To the paint. And stolen by Butler. Now here's Rose. The fast break opportunity. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. The Suns leading. Inside. Stolen by Noah. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Snell. They get the rebound. And Mirotic kicks it to Noah. Now here's Butler. Defense right on him. With 4 seconds on the clock. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Suns lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through 1.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Bledsoe and Knight are the backcourt. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. And it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. It's Knight with the drive. No good off the back of the rim. Snell dishes to Butler. And they take the lead. Butler's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Bulls.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Rose passes to Mirotic. Back to Rose. Clock at 6. Three-pointer, Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Butler's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bulls.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Bledsoe kicks to Knight. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
And guys, Brandon Knight really fits the mold of the new breed of NBA combo guard. He has the length and quickness to guard 1s and 2s, and his skill set allows him to generate offense both in transition as well as the half court.
Good. Knight's got 12 in the game.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Greg was talking about Brandon Knight. He really improved his shooting percentages before the midseason trade last year, and that was one of the bigger weaknesses, Clark, earlier in his career.
Yeah, not only was his shot going down more, it looked better. It was better mechanically, but now to take the next step, he has to cut down the turnovers.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And a change for the Suns. Booker's checked in. He's got a clear path. Finished off the break. And now it's a 4-point Suns lead.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Pass to McDermott. From deep. Outside for Gasol. There's the feed to Dunleavy. Gibson with it. Now Chandler defending. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. GA, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Here's Chandler. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, defense, their heads in their chest now.
Gibson a screen. Shot.
Here, a rookie team. But thereafter, it had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting 5.
Passes it to Gasol. The jump hook. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chandler's got his 4th rebound in this one. Chandler a screen. Outside Knight. Right through the D for the layup. Knight's got 8 points in the quarter.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Brooks kicks to Gibson. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Gasol. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul.
So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clark was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game, and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
Eric Bledsoe checked in for Booker. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Rose is checked in for Dunleavy.
Come on, Chicago.
Both free throws good from Gasol.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Now, here's Tucker. He's covered closely. Knight into the lane. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Some outstanding numbers in this one for Knight. He's got 14 points and the 1 steal.
And he's turning this court into his own private playground.
Boy, that's certainly what it feels like, doesn't it? I mean, we're watching this guy do it all, and he's doing it with flavor. Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
And Gibson kicks to Brooks. Gasol against Chandler. The 11-footer. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Gasol. The Suns have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Knight kicks to Morris. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
Now the dish to Brooks. He kicks it to Gasol. And Chandler sends it back.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and giving as good as they get on the inside.
And Gibson kicks to McDermott. Off target from outside. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Tucker. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists now in this one.
Chicago timeout.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the two sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Tony Snell's checked in for Doug McDermott. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Aaron Brooks. Talking about Eric Bledsoe's contract, many insiders felt like it was too much for a sporadic talent. We knew that he was the good backup in Los Angeles with the Clippers and going to Phoenix in a more prominent role. But he went on to have a dynamic season, proving that, Greg, and you know this position so well, he has the ability to be one of the best league's combo guards, I think.
I agree. I mean, consistency will tell the tale when it comes to Bledsoe. I mean, the rebounds and assists, the averages were up last year, but his shooting percentages were down. So is Bledsoe a near max level player? Only time will tell.
Noah dishes to Rose. Mirotic passes to Rose. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Down low. Here's Tucker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Watching P.J. Tucker, he does all the little things for you, plus some big ones as well. Ever since he came into the league, Clark, he's been a tremendous glue guy.
Yeah, he's a Velcro guy. You don't want him handling the ball a bunch or launching a lot of threes, but he's physically imposing, and he gives you what he's got. You know the effort is always going to be there.
And talking about P.J. Tucker, he's really played the same role the past 3 seasons. Excellent inside-out defender, tremendous rebounder for his size, and he really plays within his limitations, taking only shots he can make and also not turning the ball over.
That one is no good.
It's funny. We talk about glue guys like Tucker being instrumental to winning the championship, but it's really about trying to find the best guys at what they do. And a case can be made that Tucker is one of the best in the NBA at what he does.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Outside Rose. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Sometimes the best way to attack size is to go right at it.
Bledsoe outside. Pass to Tucker. He dishes it to Chandler. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Chandler's got 6.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
The first free throw is good. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, With 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Count the buckets. Morris has got the lead up to 12 now for the Suns.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to...
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over. I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow. But Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
The Bulls making a switch here. McDermott's checked in. Price hits them both. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
A three-pointer is right on target. Price has got 10 points in the game.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
That's a 2 from Butler. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got 6 rebounds in the game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Mirotic, a screen on Price. That's good. 14 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Price kicks to Chandler. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Tucker dishes the Price. Tucker with the ball. He's got 10. Morris, no good.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Butler. And stolen by Knight. And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way. And that one's good. Price.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed...
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Phoenix ahead, up 19. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Rose is the one with Butler as the two. Portis is out there at Mirotic, and it's McDermott in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And guys, with the Suns last year, you know, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
And Mirotic kicks to Butler. 5 to shoot. There's the pass to Portis. Len grabs the board.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Well, as our listeners and our viewers know, we love analytics, and pace is how many possessions you see during an average game. The Suns were close, Clark, to 100.
Yeah, only the Rockets and Warriors played at a higher pace than the Suns did, Kevin. And pushing the pace is really when they were most effective.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Inside, Butler with the steal. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And finished off by Mirotic.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that.
And the Suns call time here. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Pau Gasol's checked in for Chicago. Bledsoe kicks to Chandler.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
Gasol is screen on Bledsoe. Rose. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Rose has got 20.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
Bledsoe passes tonight. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Mirotic, screen on Bledsoe. And again, it's Derrick Rose. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
Takes it from 10. Gasol, no good. The Phoenix Suns come into this one following a loss to the Nets in Brooklyn. Rose against Knight. Feeds to Morris. Tucker with the ball. Working on Gasol. Tucker can't get it to go. Now here's McDermott. He's guarded by Knight. Rose kicks to Gasol. Gasol with another miss.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 6. Kicks to Tucker. The 15-footer. And the Suns miss again.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Double team on Rose. He's feeling it. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Dishes it to Knight. Lets it go from 14, but he feeds it to Mirotic. Out to the right wing. It's stolen by Morris. Knight on the wing. He's covered by Rose. It's Knight with the drive. Chandler, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Pass to McDermott. The feed to Gasol. Chandler with the block. Knight for 3. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
And the Suns making a change here. Rice is checked in. Good-looking screen by Gasol. 6 to shoot. To the wing right side. Fade away. And Chandler sends it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Phoenix leading by 17. Knight against Butler. Knight into the lane. And Gasol sends it back.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Rose kicks to Butler. Mirotic with it. Guarded now by Morris. Got a hand on it. Outside Knight. To the middle. Got a piece of it. McDermott with a steal. Rose kicks to McDermott. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. McDermott's got his first 2 points.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him, and he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
Timeout call, the Suns. And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history. And Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play, and I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game, but he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. A nice shot by Booker.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Warren dishes the land. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
2 shots. Foul.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
What a season for Alex Len last year. Came in looking to find a spot for the team, and he made huge jumps in his game.
And I think it correlated with his minutes going up as well. I mean, played a lot more minutes, and he's a very complete big guy. With the added minutes, the production has gone up as expected.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, you can expect young big men to improve over time, but I didn't think anyone expected Lynn to jump ahead so fast. And a final remark, guys, on Lynn. I mean, his defense was the big benefactor. I mean, he was a force in the paint and developed into a really solid rim protector.
Len, a screen. Off the screen. No good off the front iron.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Nice shot by McDermott.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Rose against Price. Passes to Lure. Back to Price. Stolen by Rose. In transition, here come the Bulls. That's tipped. And stolen by Booker. Here's Warren. That jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
McDermott. Len grabs the board. Len's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Price with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Len kicks to Booker. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Booker's got 10 points.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
Rose kicks to Gasol. It's deflected. Here's Warren. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Chicago calls timeout. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls. Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Tony Snell comes in for Doug McDermott. And the Suns here with a different look. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Alex Len. Morris comes in for John Lure. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Warren. And it's Brandon Knight in for Ronnie Price.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Mirotic. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Knight passes to Tucker. The dish to Booker. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Tucker with the ball. Now guarded by Gibson. Here's Chandler. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that orange as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys.
Mirotic sets the screen for Rose. It's hauled in by the Suns. Outside Knight. That will count. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Suns ahead, running away with it. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the 4th. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Brandon Knight is out there with Booker, and it's Chandler in at the center. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Morris. He goes up again. And Mirotic sends it back. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And Tucker kicks to Knight. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember
ever
seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Take a look at what Tucker's been doing. He has 14 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
2 shots.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
Rose kicks to Snell. Pass to Mirotic. And that one's good. Mirotic is... got 10 points in just the second half.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beater.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 or by 5 points or less?
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Chicago. Knight kicks to Chandler. Now Booker. Back to Chandler. And stolen by Mirotic. Rose, no good.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence. You know, trying to think back on all of the last-second losses for the Suns last year, guys. Heck, the Clippers, Milwaukee, Houston, the Grizzlies, Kings, and Warriors. Ouch.
Here's Mirotic. Off the left rim and out. Suns lead by 22. Here's Knight. And he banks in the layup. Knight's got 20.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint. And, you know, what is worse for the Suns and last year's buzzer beaters? A lot of them were from big men. Griffin hits a 3, Cousins hits a deep 2. Big men hitting big shots against them. At least they know it can't be as bad this year.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
That's his first.
And guys, more and more, you know, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court. Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half. giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely.
And speaking of more space for the players, there's even been talk of widening the court. What do you think of that, Clark?
You know, players have gotten bigger and more athletic, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe widening the lane a bit. I know the owners with those front row seats raking in that cash might not want to expand the court.
And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Chandler with the screen on Butler. Knight dishes to Chandler. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Morris into the lane. And the Suns call time here.
And for a long time in the NBA, the stretch four was kind of the anomaly and not the standard. Now it seems that you are the rare power forward if you can't hit a three. Very few traditional power forwards now in the NBA. Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Just 5 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. With the stretch four and the need for shooting at the position, they don't need to be a three-point threat, but they do need to be able to hit a mid-range jump shot.
Yeah, well said. I think you need to have guys that can make perimeter shots to create spacing. The game's evolving to a space-out-the-floor type game, and shot-making gives you a chance to do that.
Mirotic passes to Butler. No luck. Good work defensively by Morris.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Chandler with the screen on Butler. Knight into the lane. And Chandler throws it down.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Outside Butler.
And one priority for the commissioner this year was how the schedule worked. There were complaints about too many back-to-back games, and it was something everybody wanted to improve upon.
And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Knight. To the paint. Here's Morris. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
To end the drought. And it's sent back by Morris. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Greg, as you said, the NBA schedule was something that needed change. Players were getting worn out with all the back-to-back games, Clark. It's you've been through it and you know firsthand.
And it's not just the back-to-back games, Kevin. It's the 4 games in 5 nights or the 7 in 10 days. The league office knows the NBA is at their best when teams are rested. And kudos to the league for doing something about it.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Knight. Here's Rose. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. And now 24 points for Rose.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
They set the pick. And there's the pass to Chandler. Knight sets the pick for Chandler.
Well, it seems this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their team. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
Rose, good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And Booker kicks to Knight. He dishes it to Tucker. Over in the corner, Chandler. Rose with the ball. And it's Knight picking him up. Rose passes to Mirotic. They grab their own miss. Back to Rose. Butler dishes to Noah. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Snell kicks to Rose. Butler on the wing. Goes back up. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chandler's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. To illustrate just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA, just take a look at the point guards who did not make the All-Star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences, it's almost as if we're in the midst of a point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
And Phoenix has possession. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Into the Bulls, shooting 43% from the floor. Rose kicks to Mirotic. Noah in the post. Chandler on him. Here's Mirotic. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Noah's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And that's 6 straight points now, guys, coming on the inside.
Yeah, those are like body blows in boxing, starting to take it to him. Great effort.
In transition, here come the Bulls. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And it's Butler missing.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
To the middle. Here's Rose. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Rose has got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Right wing. 3-pointer. Snell. Rebound by the Suns. Land's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Ronnie Price delivering a nice dime.
Rose against Price. Mirotic, the pass to Rose. He kicks it to Butler. Back to Rose. Snell from outside. Len grabs the board. Land's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Price dishes to Lure. And that one's good. Price.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Chicago's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Price against Rose. Feeds to Mirotic. Clock at 4.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
.143 left in the 4th quarter. Price with the ball. Now guarded by Mirotic. Len. And the shot is long.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Suns.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Tyson Chandler. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Here's the screen. Warren kicks to Price. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Weems from outside off the mark. Dishes it to Snell. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Price hits them both. 12 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Brooks, here we go. Soft touch off the glass.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the